like Ohio, like they don't get as much as like Texas, Florida, and all them. Like we don't get spring bar and none of that, so it's like they don't really know about us. But it's like when they see us, they be like, "Oh, he's from Ohio. I ain't never seen him." Because like people don't like give us a chance to be seen.
It's dogs in Ohio. What
Dogs
my
in
camera at?
Ohio.
It's dogs in
Let it
Ohio.
be known.
Tell you.
Like it's proven and it's fact. Welcome to Recruited, the podcast that goes behind the scenes with the top high school athletes in the country. Join us as we dive deep into the untold stories, challenges, and triumphs of these exceptional athletes being recruited by the top programs. All right, welcome to Recruited. This episode we have Jay Mears, Showtime, Brown, 5'11", 170 pounds, #1 player in the state of Ohio. Man, welcome.
Thank you.
Sir, how you doing, bro?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming on, man. You know, so when we bring guys on the show, sometimes they have nicknames. You know, you got a nickname that kind of sticks out. Yeah. Showtime. You know what I mean? So kind of tell us where that name come from and what does that mean to you when you step on the field?
So I mean, the nickname really just came up from my freshman season, but before that it was kind of like baby boat and all that because I was always faster than everybody.
Yeah,
baby boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like mainly track was before football. Track was like my favorite.
Yeah.
But once I started getting to football more, football overcame that. But Showtime came in because my freshman year I was young. I was the youngest in my receiver group, but at the same time I was showing out more. So my mom, she just started calling me Showtime.
Okay.
And
Shout out to moms.
Yeah. Everybody just started catching on. So it's like every time somebody saw me, they just start yelling it out. And every time I scored or something, they was yelling it out. So, and then we just started making shirts and all that. And I ended up making it my Twitter name.
Yeah.
So as soon as I made it my Twitter, and that's when it became bigger. And that's when it got out even more. So every time somebody like comes up to me that's like a recruiter or something, they'll call me by my name. They say Showtime.
I like it.
Man.
And that's important. I
Yeah,
like it. I
that's
got a
important.
family thought about it. Let's get the shirts
Yeah.
made. Let's
Yeah.
make sure the crowd saying it. Hey, the
Right.
announcers when I score. I like that. So speaking about that, so I read that you had a defining moment as a freshman. I think it was a late game. Your first touchdown that you scored was late in the quarter, the fourth quarter. And you punched it in the end zone. So at that point in your career as a young buck in the room, like what did that mean to you? Was that a defining moment for you? Like I'm here, I'm arrived, I can really do this.
It was a good feeling. Like before the kickoff, I was really nervous, and just like as soon as I got the ball, it was like everything just like went away, all my nerves and everything just went natural. And I ended up making a couple moves, and I scored, and ended up getting us game-winning touchdown. But I didn't really like over-exaggerate. I mean, I was happy that I did it. I was happy that I was able to help my team out. But I was still just like kind of young, so I ain't really like hype myself up too much. But I knew that I was ready to play varsity.
Yeah.
So it was a really good moment for me, and all my coaches was just telling me like, now you got to be ready to get in to play because that I scored. I mean, all my coaches always believed in me. They been telling me since like the summer, like since I was 8th grade, that I'm gonna play varsity. It's just I gotta do the work myself to get on the field. So that's all I had to do was just prepare myself, and that's what I did.
That's what's up.
And so take us through that process of where were you were in your progression at that time, because it's let it be known it's not common for freshmen to come on and play varsity football. So let's get that straight first. You know what I mean? So were you playing any freshmen? Did you have to go play JV the next day? Like were you just a straight varsity player at that time?
Just straight varsity at first. Like the first 5 weeks, I was mainly special teams, but at practice, I was always with varsity players. Sometimes varsity players would go against JV, but most of the time, I was with the varsity players. So I always had good people to go against. And my freshman year was like, we had a lot of good DBs before they graduated, like in the 2024 class. So I was always going against good competition every day. So one of them, he's at Youngstown right now. Two of them, they're at Youngstown. So we got one of them, he's at Kent State. He plays both sides. So I've always went against good people every day. Mm-hmm. And then a couple of them, they go into college too. I forgot where, but as a young receiver, I always had older people that had like more experience. So like if they saw that I did something mess up, they always correct me about it and I'll just fix it. So that's why I really like being young, because like if I was to mess up, they always get on me about it, them and my coaches. And it was not like they was trying to bring me down or nothing. They were just always trying to make me better.
That's awesome.
And that's why I think I'm the best out of all of them, just because I'm younger and I learn more from them too.
Absolutely.
So I think I took from what they taught me and used it and became better.
Yeah, absolutely. So I can feel you on that because, fortunately, I had a son who I had the opportunity to start varsity as well as a freshman. And my main concern was like, the body type, the strength, like, is he going to be prepared to go and compete with these guys, at a very high level. So going into, that 8th grade summer, where did you feel like that gap that you had to close to make sure that you was comfortable enough to go out there and be safe, and then also perform at a high level?
Really, like soon as the summer hit, for real, it was like just working out. I knew I had to keep up with everybody, and I had to do like certain people I had to just, leave out because some of my friends, they weren't even, like I was kind of down myself like 8th grade too, just because like, I knew how good people was in high school already. I was like, maybe I just have to sit behind them a little bit, but I know I'm going to work for my spot.
Mm-hmm.
And some of my friends, they didn't really believe in themselves, so I just had to kind of leave them alone for a little bit and just do what I had to do. Because I always knew that I had potential to play varsity. I didn't know how early I was going to be able to play.
Yeah.
So when my opportunity came, I took advantage of it, and I think I scored like 2 touchdowns in that game.
Absolutely. See, you mature, man. I like that.
Yeah,
Because you said something. You said something like a lot of kids don't think about that. Like at some point, right, in everyone's life, career, right, they're gonna have to, navigate their circle, right, and you're gonna have to make some tough decisions based on, who you're gonna surround yourself with that's gonna help you elevate, where you want to go. And that's a challenging thing. That's a challenging thing to do. And a lot of, young men don't have the intellect and confidence to be able to navigate those type of conversations or make those type of decisions. So it's good to hear that, like, for yourself and just your personal development, you're looking at it like, okay, if y'all don't feel like y'all going this way, I'm going this way.
Yeah.
So
I had to do that very young because I had to talk with my mom, like, because before I went to Wayne, I played for Dunbar.
okay.
So we was like, everybody there was like, we was all like brothers. Like everybody used to go to somebody's house. Most of the time, everybody's at my house. Like after every game, we always go do something after the
Mom's
game.
at the spot.
Yeah, mom was the team mom. Everybody was at my house. So it was like when I had to. So when I had to like leave all of them, because like they all a little situation happened, and then, but like before that, we was all talking about going to the same high school. Our coaches go coaches all through high school, and then the little situation happened, and then like everybody just went their own ways. It kind of like hurt just because like we all talked about it, we all planned on it, like, oh yeah, we gonna play varsity together, we gonna go to high school together, we gonna try to go to college together, at least just make it to college. So it's like when we didn't, when everybody went their separate ways and some people chose the wrong path, it kind of just hurt me just because like I know how good they can be.
Right.
It's just they don't got nobody to guide them. So it's like I tried, me being me, I just try to help a little bit, try to talk, but some people just they need somebody like the right person to guide them. But it was the best for me, and I still in contact with some of them, but they still show love to me. I still talk to them sometimes.
Yeah.
So what keeps me happy is just that I know they're safe and they're not like in trouble or nothing.
Absolutely.
So as long as that's going on, I'm cool.
So I have a follow-up question to that. So tell me about your circle as far as Mom Dukes, right? Like, what did she instill in you to help you be able to, navigate those type of circumstances and give you the knowledge to be able to be like, I need to move this way versus move this way, or we need to get out of this situation because it is not aligned to where my goals is going.
She helps me with that every day. She always like, it would be times where I didn't really like know what she was talking about until like now, but she was always telling me like, your friends ain't really your friends, And I saw that early on, be like middle school, like people, they just sometimes there for what you got or like what you gonna be. And then it's like once you get there, that's when they start talking to you more, stuff like that. So once I learned that, it was just like, I just know how to move I'm always like that. Just when I don't feel something, I just always move myself out of a situation, like out of the room. So like if I'm somewhere, I'll tell my mom like I'm ready to go because like I don't like how the area feel. And I've always been like that. And I like that I'm like that because most people, they don't really know how to, they just know like stay and stuff because they don't know how to get themselves out of it.
Right.
But I've been in like a lot of situations where I know when to get myself out or like when I know something's about to happen. And that's why I love my mom so much because, you know, she taught me a lot, not just her, my grandma, my uncles, you know, I've been through a lot with all of them. So I've been in a lot of situations where they just taught me like to know how to get myself out of things instead of keeping myself in it.
Absolutely, man. That's what's up.
So let's talk a little bit about the pedestal you on. So you come from Dayton, Wayne, you know, football rich city. Players like Braxton Miller come out of your school, you know, things like that. You know, electric players. You know what I mean? So you are the number one player in Ohio, number one athlete in the entire class of 2027. Man, talk about, you know, the pedestal you're on and how you carrying yourself, knowing that you have that elevated status.
I mean, I carry myself like I'm supposed to, you know, but I still just certain people, they will let that get to their head just because like they number one and all that. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not a great feeling because it is a great feeling is that I'm blessed to be the number one, but I'm working on being number one in everything, number one nationally, number one in my state, and number one in my position. But I just, you know, humble myself every day because like you don't know what can happen or like who's watching you. Like my coaches, I've been hearing that since I was young. Like you'll never know who's around, who's watching you, like who knows you. So I always just carry myself the right way, and I always treat people to how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
So I just walk around like I'm a normal kid. I mean, people who know me, they speak for me. So it's like I don't have to really speak and tell people that I'm the number one player because I get that spoken for me.
Yeah,
you know,
it's facts. So,
you know, because I think personally, pound for pound, Ohio has the best football players.
Come on, man. I don't know why they be sleeping on Ohio, man.
I don't know why they be sleeping on them.
Like, they really be honest to that point. And not to mean to cut you off, like they be sleeping on Ohio. Like when you look at some of these rankings, bro. Like we only have in our class in 2027, your class. I say our because my son's a part of that class. But in the 2027 class, they have 3 kids that's ranked in the top 100.
Yeah, and I be telling people like Ohio's like they don't get as much as like Texas, Florida, and all them. Like we don't get spring bar and none of that. So it's like they don't really know about us. But it's like when they see us, they be like, "Oh, he's from Ohio. I ain't never seen him." It's because like people don't like give us a chance to be seen.
It's dogs in Ohio.
Dogs
in Ohio. It's dogs in Ohio.
Let it be known.
Like it's proven and it's fact. I want to pivot real quick back to Mom Duke's grandmother, and the uncles. Was Mom hard on you?
Oh, she's still
She's disciplinary.
Yeah.
You know, because I think a lot of kids need to hear that because obviously you're a great product, but you're a product that comes from a firm background, and a lot of times young kids don't understand why these parents are being hard on them and why their circle is challenging them and holding them accountable. But what it does is help build these disciplines that like you have. You're able to, you know, reflect on those things and hold yourself accountable in situations, and also have the foresight to be able to recognize when things is not really going right. I need to remove myself out of those situations. But it seems as if, right, a lot of kids are combative to that type of discipline these days and being held that type of accountability. And when they're in these situations, they can't make the same decisions that you've been able to make. So,
and a lot of parents are accepting that too.
You
know what I mean? A lot of parents are accepting that. So if you have a kid in this kind of position, or you know have the opportunity to go and play ball at higher levels and things like that, please make sure that you're hard on your kids. Please make sure that you discipline your kids. Make them sure that they're coachable and things like that. Because when they go out into the real world and they go onto these campuses and they're not used to taking authority, it's gonna be a struggle for them. So please make sure that you're raising your kids right. You know what I mean, putting boundaries in their life to make sure that they make the right decisions.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's okay to be their friend, right? But at the end of the day, this is your most precious product, I believe, right? This is your treasure, and you should treat it as such. And there's nothing wrong with taking away things and being hard on them now so they can be successful in the future. So I just wanted to circle back on that conversation because that's something I'm very passionate about. My kids know that I'm very hard on them, but I do it because I do it out of love, and I know you know your mother and your grandmother and your uncles are doing it because they truly love you, right?
And doing it to like difference between like my family and them and like other people's parents. Like my mom, like you said, my mom my best friend. Like I grew up with my mom, my uncle, all of them, and doing that is just like I know my limits. So it's like I know when we having a best friend moment, and I know like when we're having an actual mom and son moment, and she like knows like her limits, like when we're playing too much to where like she need to get serious with me. And it's like she balances it out the right way. She don't do it. She don't just mostly get on me and not like congratulate me. It's like, but she like just like I say, evens it out. And I like that she did me because most people like they just get carried away with trying to get on them so much they don't really congratulate their kids with how good they're doing. But my mom, she always congratulates me on anything, but it's like she gets on me too. Like if I have a C, she don't really get mad at me, but she just like don't let it get too low because like, you know, I'm not average. And she'll never want me to like let me think that I'm average at anything. So like if I have a C or something, she'd like work on it, get it up. If I'm just slacking, she'll tell me I'm slacking, but it's like she never like really yells at me. She's like calm with it.
Right.
And it's like that's what the difference between her other parents. Like other parents, they think they have to like yell to get their son or daughter to do better, when mostly you just got to be calm with them and then they'll do what you want.
Absolutely. I know.
Are you sure you're in high school?
Yeah, you feel me?
I feel like I'm talking to. I feel like me and D having a conversation.
This is good conversation right here.
Shout out to mom, man.
You feel me?
Shout out to mom. Because you take direction, you take accountability. Trust me, this is not common for guys in your position. So please make sure you continue to build on that.
Absolutely, man. And I'm probably a little bit passionate about this conversation too, because I was raised by a single mom. You know what I'm saying? And I had the grandmother and the uncles that kind of rally around me. So it's very good to hear you say these things, and I appreciate you being open enough to have those discussions. I didn't have a father in my life. I mean, it was just me and my mom until I was 9, and then she had my sisters, and then my stepfather, which I call now my father, but. It's kind of same scenario. So I'm a little bit passionate about this, and I appreciate you being open about that conversation. Like, do you feel like you're at any type of disadvantage? I want to ask this question. Do you feel like you're at some type of disadvantage because, the father wasn't present? Because for me personally, I always felt like that was an advantage for me because I wanted to be able to be what I didn't have or what I didn't see. What's your thoughts on that? I just had to ask that.
Really, I don't think it's a disadvantage. I think it just like makes me want to do better for myself. It's like, because I know like he didn't really have the same either. So it's like I kind of forgive him on his half too.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, it's just like that should make you want to be better as a father for yourself. If like give your son what you didn't have is what I think of it. But I kind of forgive him at the same time because like he didn't have his dad. His mom didn't really, care for him as much as she should have. So, like I said, I forgive him sometimes. And then we had a lot of good moments. It's just like it was always so on and off. I just kind of like let it go a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like it was always like I'll get myself happy, and then it's like I'll get back kind of like mad at myself for just letting him like come back and like me talk to him, and then it's like he just do the same. So I think it's a really good advantage for me because it's like I'm gonna show him why he should like want to be around me. Why we should conversate. It's like because I want to have a good relationship with my dad, but it's like I don't want to keep trying and just like he's not showing that he's trying. So I really just kind of leave it alone. And it's like when I see him, when the times that I do see him, I talk to him. It's like I don't be disrespectful to him just because of like what happens, because like it's not gonna get me anywhere. Of course, I think about all the things that he's done, but it's like it's in the past, so it's like I can't really change it. So when I see him, I'll have a little conversation with him, tell him how I'm doing, or like if he texts me or something, we'll have a little conversation. That's it, really. But that's just really how I think of it.
I love it. You got a rich soul, man.
I see, man. Yeah, I'm about to get
a
a napkin or something, man. You know. So Jameer, speaking about your number one ranking here in the state of Ohio, you know, I don't know if people know, but if you don't know, this kid is committed to The Ohio State University. Already as a sophomore, when you took that commitment as a sophomore, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So talk about, you know, what makes that place so special that are making top level kids commit so early instead of going through the entire process.
I think it's just like when you step foot on the campus, just like it's one of those things like it's just something about it, but you don't really like know what it is. But it's really nice. Like the coaches. Like, if they really want you, they're going to take care of you, and they're going to show you love like they really want you. And that's what they all done. And that's why I committed so early, is because, like, they show a lot of interest in me, you know, at a young age. Like, I got offered, like, technically, it was like summer, so technically I was a freshman. So, like, since I got offered, they've been showing love to me. They always call me when they can. Well, not text, I'll call them. Yeah. But, like, they always talk to me any chance I can. They always wanted me to come to a game any chance they could. And it's like, obviously, Brian Hartline produces the best receivers, so why not go to where you can get produced the best, get better at, to be the best. And really, I grew up around, that's part of why, like,
that was what I was going to ask. I was like, hold on.
Part of it, you know, I grew up.
I felt like I seen some, and it felt like you went up there on a mission. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna need to stretch a little bit, a little longer.
I'm gonna
lace my shoes up a little bit tighter, because today they gonna realize who I am. I'm walking home with that. Oh, today
and that's
when I go
up
to that camp.
I was telling my mom that, you know, it was like probably a week before. I'm like, I was doing like so much like drills with my coach and all that just to get myself where it was like, cause I'm not going up there for no reason. I'm going to get that offer. I was like, I'm not finna go up there and waste my time. So I was like, I gotta go up there and do what I do best, and that's what I did. You know, had good routes. You know, we was working. It was like part of it is like why I like Hartline so much is cause like he's not one of them coaches that he's not just gonna let you slack. It's like as soon as I messed up, he made me stop mid drill. Go back, do it again. And that's the type of coaching I like, because like I don't want you to just, since I'm so good, you just let me do anything I want. That's not what I want. Like I want, like, I'm not gonna say I don't want him not care that I'm good, but it's like I want you to coach me, like not just let me lollygag or nothing. Like if I'm messing up, I need you to tell me that what I messed up on so I can correct it. And that's obviously that's what I can see. That's what he does. So that's why I really like what he does. That's why I really like the school. You know, great people went through the school. It's a good atmosphere, great fans, great people that went through there. And, you know, a couple of people that went to my high school went there. So
I just love that backstory. You know what I mean? Like you getting up that morning, you know, you going to do drills the day before, things like that. And that's what, the week before, week all leading up to that whole week, your whole mindset was going there, get that O that day. You know, so, you know, when your kids are asking you, you know, hey, mom, dad, I want to sign up for this camp. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, don't just let them roll out of bed. Like, you know what I mean? Work on those things, because when you get in front of these coaches, you are being evaluated. Every player that comes through there, every rep you take, every drill you do, you are being evaluated. So when I was seeing your clips that day, you know, Bill Carlick and all those guys were posting it, I was like, boy, he was ready. Yeah. You know what I mean? He didn't just roll out of bed and wanted O handed to him. He went out there and worked for it. Absolutely. And you know, and I love that. You know, so you're committed to Ohio State, but also the number one player in all of 26, Chris Henry Jr. is committed there at this time. Have you guys had any conversations, or have you thought about what that dynamic duo could look like on the field together?
We talked a couple of times before when they played Michigan. We talked a little bit, and then I seen him at a 7-on-7 tournament. So like we just talk from time to time, and I think that's a great duo. You know, if I go there, I'll probably be like in and out of slides. So it's like him outside, me on the other outside of the slides, like. They're going to have to pick and choose one, and it's going to be hard for which one for them to pick.
Cool. Well, let's not say if you go there, because for one, I know you had a Ohio State room. Like, I need to tell me like what that looked like, because I know you mentioned that your room, you know, you don't know if you got, you know, little buck nuts hanging from your ceiling or whatever that looks like.
I keep telling you, that's how it is in Ohio, man.
And
when you board in Ohio.
And you also have the tattoo.
Yeah.
So you going there. All right. So tell me a little bit about that room and then what inspired you to get the tattoo.
Really, part of it is just like me repping where I'm from, and most coaches understood that. Like I went to Miami, like we was at a tournament, and our coaches like they just take us to colleges, So I visited Miami. It's like they didn't really care for it. So like I'm happy that nobody sees it differently than what it really is, because mostly it's just me repping my nickname and like where I'm from. Mm-hmm. So that's why I just want people to know that's what it's for. I mean, part of it's because I'm committed there, but it's mostly where I'm from, just me repping where I'm from. And honestly, if you take it differently, like it's not your business. So it's like, I don't really care if you take it differently. But my room, it's not really fully O-State as it used to be from like when I was younger. I have a couple of stuff in there, but when I was younger, it was like pillows, blankets, curtains, all of that.
Crib, had baby, and buckeyes in it.
Keep telling you, the Buckeye. He's a Buckeye fanatic. So,
I'm just saying, when you born in Ohio, you born with a Buckeye pillow in your crib and everything.
A lot of my friends got that too.
Somebody's in your house a Michigan fan.
Yeah, my mom's boyfriend. But it's like,
so what's that about?
Besides that, he's cool. But it's like, it's really fun though, because we just be talking stuff to each other, just playing around.
Yeah,
he's a really good dude, and him just being a Michigan fan, it's funny because we just be talking stuff to each other, always having a battle about it. It's like he always be saying this, that I'm gonna flip to Michigan, just nonsense like that.
Nonsense.
Yeah. Hey, so you better not do nothing wrong, because he gonna be like, "Mama, hey, and he a Michigan fan. Get him up out of here."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what made you fall in love with track? Because you've been doing track since you're like what, 5 or 6 years old, right? Yeah. And you're a national champion in the 60, right? I think I seen somewhere you ran a 4.3. Yeah. You ran 4.340, 6'5", 6'7". Talk to me about that.
Track really, Usain Bolt, like I watched him, so it made me like want to run track, because at that time that's when he was still running, winning everything. So that made me want to run track. And me is like, I'm so competitive. It's just like me getting to compete against other people made me just want to keep doing it. Mm-hmm. And then like going on, I was always winning a lot, but then my coach started putting me against older kids. So it was like I got beat a couple times, and it was like I wanted to quit. Actually, I did. I quit for like a year. My mom let me quit for like a year, but then it was like I missed it so much, so I just went back to it, because it was like I was bored at the house. And so I went back, and I just, worked harder. So I started beating the kids in my grade and kids older than me. And then, 7th grade, I got hurt, so I ran track a little bit, but it was like I wasn't really fully recovered. So like that 8th grade year, I was just like hungry to get back better again. Mm-hmm. So like I didn't lose the whole year. I won state. I think I broke like 5 records at 5 different meets. Wow. I think I broke 3 like 3 records in one meet. So it's just like I'm the type of like I'm just always hungry to get better, hungry to be at my best self. That's why I fall in love with track so much, because it's like sometimes you win so much, you get humbled again to be better, and that's what happens to me. Is like I win so much, and it's like I kind of mess up a little bit, lose, so I correct myself to just start winning again. Yeah. So that's why I really love track, because like it's just so competitive, and it's like a lot of people around to compete with. Like this one dude named Cool, I compete with him. I just started racing him last year. It was like we so cool. It's like when he beat me, it don't really be no smack talk. When I beat him, it's not just like good job, but it's like we always beat each other, one or the other. And that's why I always had a lot of people like that. Like Jaden Ricketts, he also committed to O-State. I've been running against him since I was little. We always beat each other. So like, and it's like when track is like you meet a lot of good people, a lot of good like people that's just around, like in Ohio area, like Cincinnati, Columbus. So it's like football is like you don't really meet as much people, because you play everybody in your area. Track is like you run against everybody all around. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you meet a lot of good people. And that's really it for real. That's what's up. Then me being a national champion, that day it was kind of like iffy on both days, because the 2 I false started, so I got disqualified. So it was like I got to go do something in this 60. So it was like, I was just preparing myself because, I was mad after I fall started. So I had a little moment, but I had to get myself prepared for it, for the 60. And I set the race up the right way, and I won.
Which that shows a lot of character because I did see where you false started on the 2. So you've been working all this time. You get the national, you false start. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I done done that. Let me lock in.
So I took it out. I still got this 60. I still got another opportunity. So I was like, I'm just taking advantage of it. I had a little talk with my coach. Because my coach, he's always the one, he always keeps me grounded, for track, the track. It'd be times where I'm just, always mad for, just track things. And he'll get on me and stuff like that. So it was as soon as he saw me, he was mad. He ran down, came and got me, talked for 10 minutes, told me to go get ready. And then I was just getting ready, talking to myself. And it was I had people trying to talk to me. It was I was just so locked in, I wasn't even talking to nobody. Because part of it, I was still kind of mad, but it was I wasn't too mad to where I was going to get off track.
Right.
So I was just telling people I'll talk to you after. And I think that's why I won, because I was just, so locked in.
Locked in.
Yeah. Because some people are football fast. Some people are fast. You got speed that kill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what's your ultimate goals on the track side of what you want to accomplish?
Really, in the 100, I remember 10-2, at least just before I stopped running track, and then the 200. 20, at least 20.
Because you already hit 10.5, ain't you?
Yeah.
So your plan is once you get to college, you just strictly football. So you're not planning on running track. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you've been around, right? So you've had a chance to see a lot of universities, right? So because you have a ton of offers. When you step on these campuses, you know what I'm saying? What stands out to you? What are some of the top facilities that you've seen? Talk to some of the individuals that may not have the opportunity to be exposed to some of these big universities. Tell us a little bit about some of those top facilities and what attracts you.
I'm gonna be honest. The ones that I really walked around, I think Maryland the best.
Really?
Yeah, Maryland got a really nice facility. And then it's what I look at is just how the coaches treat you while you're there, and what they really talk about is are they just always talking about football? Or are they talking about how they gonna give me academically and all that? So that's what I really look at, and that's why I always have my mom and my grandma, because if I miss something, they don't hear something that they don't like, then they'll tell me. And it's we always just look through stuff and see how good they are academically, what they have for academics, and then really I just see the atmosphere and just really I want to see what the players say to me, how do the players like it. Because obviously I'm gonna be the one playing here, so I want to see if we have similarities of what they like and what I've seen, and just what they tell me how the coaches are. I mean, obviously they gonna always say coaches are good, but you don't really know that because you're not there yet.
Right.
So it's that part I want to see that for myself, see how good the coaches really are.
Gotcha.
Because I think the last time I seen you was at Notre Dame, and when that was that's a super special place. You walk around that campus, you just feel that tradition there. And when me and D are saying, we see you at this place, we not following these athletes around to try to get these interviews. When these kids are going at these top levels, they all travel together. Yeah. So his son go to the same places my son go to. My son go to the same places that we see players like Showtime. So we are not stalking these players. You know what I mean? But what's a place that you've been to where you thought it was better than what you expected, and what's a place you maybe thought it ain't hit like I thought it did?
Notre Dame is what I didn't expect it to be, how good it is.
It's cold, ain't it?
Yeah, Notre Dame is cold. Did you do the little light the candle thing? You carry that?
No, I didn't get to do that.
Oh man, that was so special.
Yeah. Where all did I visit?
I want to know about Maryland because that's a shocker to me. We actually gonna plan a visit to Maryland for spring. So tell me what makes it stand out, because that's the first one you brought up, and I wouldn't have thought that.
Well, Maryland, I think Maryland, before I committed, Maryland and O State was my top two, because just based on how much love they showed me, how much interest they showed in me, and me Maryland is just like the coach, like before committing and all that, he was just always trying to get me out there for camps. Cause I went up there for a camp. My bad. I went up there for a camp, showed out. We did like one-on-one. I wasn't even supposed to like really do nothing, but I ended up just wanting to do something. So like I did like 7-on-7 one-on-ones and all that. And we walked around for a little bit. He was just showing me everything. I met the head coach, the receiver coaches, and all that. Just like all the good people through there. Like they got a nice facility. Like you can ask my mom, like everything in there nice, the weight room, facility, and then they got a nice place for like a nice hall building for like academics only. So it's like they're big on academics, and like I said, that's the two things I would look at as like, well, the three things, like how the players look at it, like what they like, and how big they are academically, like if they really gonna help me get good, like what I want to major in or whatever, and just like how the coaches are. But Maryland is just really nice. They have a lot of nice people, it's a lot of nice buildings around, just a lot of nice things around it. It feels nice, weight room nice. They definitely take care of their players, and that's what I like too. Is like I just want to know that you're gonna be able to like take care of me, like know that I'm secure. Like if an injury happened, that I know like that I'm still secure. That you're not just gonna like let me go because I'm hurt. And Maryland don't look like that type of place to do that.
Nice. Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. So, and then also, I want to congratulate you on being named the All-American. You know what I mean? Congratulations on that. So kind of talk about what that phone call was like. And just talk us through that a little bit.
2 All-Americans, right? You got the Navy and the Polynesian, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
It wasn't even a phone call. It was just through text, and so like everybody, like my mom and them, they all saw it before me because they kind of run my Twitter a little bit.
Yeah.
So like every time something like that pops up, I always find out last. I don't never see it first. So it's like she'll just call me, like tell me look at my phone, and it's like I'm the type of person that's like I don't really know how to react to stuff. So it's like I just have a straight face on everything, but it's like it's a good feeling because being named All-American is like one of the goals that I had. So I already got that down. Man, like I said, it's a really good feeling. And every time I walk around somewhere, my friends, they be playing like it's All-American.
Right,
so it's
right. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's good to get spoken for to where like I don't have to speak to where like people think that I'm being cocky and it's like what my coach always tell me is like you do stuff right, people gonna speak for you, and then I think I do a very good job of that because it happens almost every other day.
Yeah.
And like track meets, like some people know me. Like I was just at Walmart with my grandma the other day, and like this dude asked me like who I was. I was like, yeah. And he like asked to take a picture with me. Like I was kind of happy just because like
star now.
Yeah. Like, I can't wait for that. Most people I don't think they would like that, but I just can't wait till like that happens like more often.
Yeah.
So like I take pictures with people because like I know who I am. Obviously I want to show people that I'm a good person. I'm not just one of these athletes that's letting they get to my head to where like that I'm just a bad person or whatever. But also I just want to be able to like I said, show people that you could do anything that you want to do. You just got to stay on the right course and that you can get to wherever you want to get to.
I like that.
Keep embracing these moments, man. You embrace these moments. I don't want you to change your personality or anything like that, but you are doing things that 99% of kids will never get the opportunity to do. Places they'll never see, places they'll never go, accomplishments they'll never get. So take all these things in and make sure you appreciate this moment and appreciate this journey.
My coaches tell me that all the time. Yeah. Like these people that my class that's like moving up to class of 26, like they trying to get to college faster.
Right.
And I'm not going to say I'm not college ready, but I know I'm not as ready as I want to be. So it's like I'm not finna reclass up if I don't have to.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to enjoy high school. I want to enjoy being a kid while I can. Because, like it's always been a couple kids that be like when they was younger, they'd be like, I wish I was older. And I said that and I kind of regret it now. It's because like I didn't get to live out like my childhood as I really wanted to. Kind of like took it for granted a little bit.
Yeah.
And I wish I didn't do that. So it's like, I'm not finna take this for granted because it's my last 4 years of technically being a kid.
Yep.
So I'm not finna like reclass up or nothing or even try to get into college quick because, I want to make sure I'm really prepared to go to college before I even go.
Yeah, you're not just trying to go there. You're trying to make an
Right.
impact.
Yeah.
When
Leave
you
a
get
legacy,
that. So
yeah.
I like that. So let's we operate in a very vast changing college environment with the NIL and the portal and things of that nature. So just think about from a brand standpoint, right? If you wanted to let brands know who you are as a person, from an ambassador standpoint, like what would you tell a brand? Why should they be interested in J Mir Showtime Brown?
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna get like I'm really loyal, so it's like if I'm staying loyal to you, I'm gonna show you why I'm staying loyal. I'm always tell people, oh, go check this out, go check them out. They got really good word, and it's like I'm never not gonna take like anybody's like hard work for granted, because obviously people work really hard. It's a big process to people getting their own business, so it's like, and I'm not gonna waste nobody's time either. So it's like, and I'm gonna just take it seriously, show them that I'm really serious about like, obviously I'm gonna rep the brand. Like,
Absolutely.
if we have a deal, I'm gonna rep the brand. I'm gonna be serious about it. So that's why I think like that's what I would do.
I like it.
And you're gonna have opportunities to make tons of NIL opportunities, but speak a little bit about your own brand. I was looking through your social media a little bit, and I see that you like to give back a lot. So talk about your is it Showtime Management or Showtime Entertainment? Yeah, talk about that a little bit.
Really, like I said, certain people didn't really have a lot, and people like try to talk down on them about that. I'm not that type of person. Like, if anything, I'll talk somebody up before I talk them down. Like, elementary, like I gave somebody my shoes before, just like a pair of shoes, just because like they didn't have any, yeah. And then our football team, I think it was like a couple of months ago, we went to one of the elementary schools. Some of the kids had kind of like holes in their socks and all that, or like their shoes were just like really old. So like we gave them shoes and all that, and the dude that did it, I gotta remember the name of like the brand. When he was like, he wanted me to just do more, and I told him like, whenever you need me, like I'll be there, because like he's giving back too. So like that made me want to give back. So like I did like a little clothing drive with my mom and them to give back to people, and that really like got me out a little bit more to like show the type of person I am. And really, it's just like I like helping people out if they want the help, or like if they really need it, because some people, they say they need help but they really don't. So like if you really need the help, I'll help you out any way that I can. And I've always been like that, just because like that's always what I've always been around. Like my mom, she's always helping people. My grandma, my great grandma, my uncles, like just the same people that I'm always around. I've always been around stuff like that.
Absolutely. It sounds like you come from like the Southern Baptist. So let's talk a little bit about, because, I'm a God-fearing man, and, I truly believe in like when you bless others, you receive blessings as well. Do you have a strong spiritual faith? Like, can you talk a little bit about that? Is that something that the parents and grandmother them has instilled in you?
I'm learning. I'm doing better at it. I got baptized a couple of months ago.
Good.
Like my mom, she inspired me to get baptized, because like she wanted to
Shout
do
out to
better.
moms again.
Yeah.
Mom, you killing it, Mom. I mean, you sure you're high school? You checking all the boxes. I'm talking about every one of them.
I seen that, we always have, people always have ups and downs in their life, and we both had a lot. So her wanting to change her life around while she still can makes me want to change my life, like the little bit of things I can change in my life too. So it's like my mom, sometimes she don't even know, like she just inspires me to do, well, obviously she knows this, but she inspires me to do better every day, because obviously I want to do better for her, because she always does what she has to do for me, even when she don't want to. She always does what she can, and for me and my little brothers. So just me doing what I'm supposed to do, it's like it kind of lifts a little bit off her shoulders just by me doing my part.
Yeah, I love it, and I love that you just got baptized, man. That means a lot, and stay in contact with that spiritual faith, man. You've been blessed to have great talent. You're gonna continue to be blessed to do great things. So, make sure that you're spending time to, connect those dots of why you're receiving those blessings, so you can understand what your true purpose is, and you can continue to bless others. So, again, man, I'm glad to hear that, and I hope that you continue to build on that faith.
Yeah, and I'm also reading the Bible more. Like my pastor, he's like a basketball coach too, so it's like he knows like what I'm going through and all that, like just sports wise. Like he goes talk to like, I think he went to talk to like the Detroit Lions too and all that stuff like that. So like he knows like what I be going through, like what I do. And he's always there to support. So he gave me a Bible and all that. I'm reading that, but I also asked my mom to order me another one, like a Bible off Amazon that got like pictures and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm really just slowly getting better at it.
Yeah. That's good. The Bible has the answers.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing that you're gonna do or go through that you can't find the answers to in the Bible. And they have apps out there like the prayer app, and they're not paying us for this. The prayer app, the Bible app, things like that on your phone. And I think I seen the one they actually have a comic like drawing Bible. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about, but that seems very interesting. I think I may pick that one.
Really, my teammate on my 7-on-7 team, he inspired me to get that. His name Messiah. He #1 receiver in New York, and he has one. So I was like, "Where you get that from?" Because like I read it a little bit, and you know, I like pictures, like books with pictures and all that. And he told me, so I had my mom order it for me.
Okay.
Hey, I will say, man, you have the perfect ecosystem to keep you on track. Shout out to mom, shout out to grandma, shout out to coach, shout out to pastor, shout out to your teammate who getting you on your spiritual journey. You know, so pivoting on that a little bit, I wanted to ask you about that. So it looks like you have a very exciting 7-on-7 journey that you have. It looks like you play for a highly competitive team. See you out there doing backflips, running past everybody, doing that. So, you know, what are you trying to work on in that 7-on-7 space? Is it just for fun? Are you doing it for skill development? You trying to recruit for Ohio State? We're like, well, what you trying to do?
Really, all of it for real.
Okay.
You know, most of it is though just work on my craft. You know, playing more competition, and that's why I'm happy they let Ohio kids play 7-on-7 because you know they just now letting us be able to do it. And I see it as just taking advantage of me getting better, playing against other top players, more competition around like Florida, California, you know, Texas, Vegas, all of that. And really just to have fun too, because, you know, you can't play good without having fun with it.
Yeah.
That's what I take it as. You know, of course you're going to have moments where you got to be serious, but most of the time I'm having fun with my teammates. And that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a firm believer in 7-on-7. Again, I'm glad that they finally, you know, even the playing fields a little bit and line Ohio kids. My son plays for Boom. We actually headed to a tournament after this interview. But it's like, from a skill player perspective, it helps, you know, because you don't get as many, when you playing like you playing, like, you know, you may not get as many targets, or you may be, you know, double coverage, you know, from a receiver standpoint. If you're a cornerback, they're not throwing your way, so it gives you the opportunity to get out there and really sharpen your skills. And not only sharpen, you're going against some of the top kids in the country when you're playing 7-on-7, when you get in those big time, you know, terms like OT7 and things of that nature. So I highly recommend, you know, if your son athlete is a skilled player, they need to get on the 7v7 team. I know some people and some coaches call it a underwear football. I don't care what they say. It's gonna sharpen you. It's just like you going outside playing in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
going outside playing in the neighborhood as a kid is the same thing. So you're getting better. You sharpen your skill by doing practice and going against other kids that are very elite talent.
And that's why these players are coming into college football now so polished. That's why coaches like Brian Hartline are not afraid to offer you in the 9th grade, you know, because they know you're going to continue to work on that craft in spaces like 7-on-7. So when you do step on campus, you be ready to go. It's no need to red shirt. It's no need to walk you through, do all this. You know, you'll be ready to go. You know, so leading up to this interview, me and you talked a little bit about, you know, being able to take care of your family. You know, that's important to you. It seems like,
really.
You know, so in the drastic change space that we have now of college football, you know, with NIL opportunities and things like that, you know, what are you looking to gain from that, and also what are you doing to protect those assets? Are you looking into financial advisors and things like that?
Really. My mom, financial advisor.
Yeah, she like put the money in my pocket.
Yeah, I dispersed this.
Talk about that later.
Yeah, that's really like, I always wanted somebody around that I could trust, and obviously I could trust my mom because she's not gonna lead me in the wrong way. She's not gonna tell me nothing wrong. My grandma too. So like they really helped me with everything. Like for them, I don't even know where I'd be at, you know, if they were like, because I wanted to quit football, like going into my freshman year. So it was like my mom, she didn't let me quit. It's not like she forced me to play. She was just like, give me another chance. It was like me just having a little moment where I wanted to quit. And I don't know where I'd be at if she would just let me quit off the spot just because I wanted to. And that's why I appreciate her so much, because like I would have missed out on a big opportunity if she would have let me quit. And my grandma too, you know, they all talked to me about just not quitting, just giving another chance. So really all the financial stuff, you know, they teaching me about it, but they really got that handled because like they know more. Obviously, they know way more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on their part.
Do you watch basketball?
A little bit.
A little bit. So we normally ask this question on our show. You may have seen it. First and foremost, like, so you said a little bit, so that means you know you're not as knowledgeable.
Yeah,
so.
I ain't been watching it as much as I used to.
Okay. Do you know who Jordan is?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go.
You know who LeBron is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you from Ohio, right?
Yeah.
I do want to preference.
Don't try to put that in there.
I do want to preference that he is from Ohio. So let's make sure that we understand this.
He about to get his feelings hurt, people.
Who would you say is the GOAT? LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
LeBron.
Hey, D, man.
But I look at it as
No,
like,
we can wrap it right there. He said LeBron James.
Expand on his ideas because again, he's from Ohio.
I'll say LeBron just because that's who I grew up watching. But at the same time, I think LeBron, he's so smart with the game. Is like he know how to, like, you know, people so good at something they could play tricks with the game or something. I think that's just like what he do. So it's like he's just so smart with the game. He been in the game so long. It's just like he know how to work his way through it the right way. And then I feel like, but at the same time, I kind of feel like if they played at the same, like if they were still playing at the same time, like it would be kind of different. But, you know, people just see him as a GOAT because like he passed Jordan, but like Jordan got old and LeBron still, you know, blessed to still be playing at an old age too.
See, the man is smart. So listen, it took him 20 years. It took him 20 years to pass Jordan, and something Jordan did in, 12, 13.
But it's a lot of stuff that Jordan's way better than LeBron at. But I see it as, I mean, it's a debate, but at the same time, you can't really debate if he's not there to like back it up to play.
Yeah,
like, it would be different if they were still playing at the same time.
Right.
So I feel like it would be a better debate if they was both still playing, or if LeBron played at Jordan's time, or if Jordan was still playing now.
That's a good point.
But your original answer is LeBron?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I do.
We
can wrap it.
Based on who he was. He's from Ohio. Based on who he's from Ohio. Based on who he's watched. So everyone who's asked that question, they're from this area. So once we get
here we go.
to Chicago.
Okay, so yeah, that's a fun little tidbit we like to have with all our guests.
Have you heard the Drake album? Drake, Kendrick Lamar. What's your thoughts? Let's what music you listen to, and then what's your thoughts on like the Drake, Kendrick Lamar? Who you think is better?
Drake's obviously better.
Come on, man. I see that's sis back. I see her go up there in the background.
Kendrick Lamar is just like I'd say he's just like a one-hit wonder. It's just like, people love the song that he made. I don't even remember the song name. Like people just love the song so much. He's still popping a little bit, and then like whatever happened with Drake, I don't really know what happened. Like I'm still kind of lost on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what he's talking, like why he dissed Drake or whatever. But whatever happened with that, that's picking his fan base back up, and then him like going on the Super Bowl halftime show is obviously getting his numbers way up more. But overall, Drake's obviously better. Drake has way better music, way better songs.
Yeah.
And I don't even listen to music like that, but I could say Drake's way better.
Did you like the halftime show?
Nah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it till because like I don't like
until
honestly.
I start explaining it.
Honestly, I'm kind of like I'm a SZA fan a little bit, so like I kind of listen to her. Like I don't really listen to like a lot of rap music a lot, but I do. It's kind of like mixed up, but I didn't really like it till she came in because like if anything, I would rather her just steal the whole show than him.
So Drake did release an album yesterday, and I think it's number one in 60 countries already, and he's already top Kendrick in the album in the poll. So shout out to Drake.
Shout out to Drake.
Yeah, I think most people just entertaining just because, it's the internet. Like, people always entertain what they see on the internet, but obviously everybody know Drake is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think there's really no debate on that. Because, like, he doesn't even, like, Kendrick Lamar don't even have, like, the amount of songs to try to go song for song with Drake.
Right. From a hits perspective.
Yeah, or even people that, like Drake has so many people, like, features with good people, like, great rappers, great singers. So it's like, you can't even compare them to, in my opinion.
Who do you listen to as you prepare for the game? Get ready, Friday nights, game time about 2 hours out before you get ready to hit the field. You got your quiet time going on. Who you putting in on your Apple Music or Spotify, whatever you use?
Well, my cousin, he's not here. He lives with me, but he listened to Rod Wave so much, so it's like he put me on Rod Wave, so kind of like Rod Wave. And then my girlfriend, she listened to Drake a lot, so like probably 2 songs from him a little bit.
Okay.
So it's kind of just like a mix, a lot of like Young Boy, Drake, Rod Wave, SZA, because I can get hyped off of that. For some reason, I don't really care for it because it's like, I just like the music. I like how smooth it is. I don't really like loud music to where like everybody's just yelling all the time. It's not really what I like anymore. So probably that.
Nice.
This man is.
I like it. Wayne High School. They know Higher Wayne High School. What does it mean to you? When you get ready to play that last game, what do you want? The Wayne community, Dayton community, to remember you as, and as an athlete.
Really, like, just remember me in general. Like, obviously they ain't gonna remember me not being cocky about it. It's just like, I think I've done enough to where once I graduate, I'll be talked about after. And I just want to leave Wayne on a good note. And I don't really know what else to say, but like, just leave it on a good note for real.
I like it.
Uh-huh. So 2 things I want to finish up with you. So spinning back to your football. So you are labeled an athlete, but you primarily obviously play receiver. Like, who do you kind of model your game after? I see a lot of Sammy Watkins. I see a lot of Xavier Worthy in you. Like, who do you model your game after?
A lot of my coaches say Ted Ginn.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I think that's a really good comparison.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm just so much of like I said, athlete. I'm so much athlete. Like, I play quarterback a little bit throughout my football life. Like, I go play quarterback. I'm the holder, punt return. I get on special teams when I want, like when they let me.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, my freshman year I was on special teams until I got to start. But like this past season, certain times of the game, like I'll tell them like, let me go so I can go tackle somebody. And that's what I did. And that's like, I'm the type of just like, wherever my coaches need me, I'm going to go as long as it's helping me and my team out.
I like it.
All right, man. So I got three questions I want to hit you with. Rapid fire. I'm gonna give you 3 names, and I want you to give me your response, whatever comes to your mind. Okay?
Yeah.
Michigan football.
Can't produce receivers.
Brian Hartline.
Can't produce receivers.
Jameer, Showtime, Brown.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yeah,
you did.
We're gonna end that thing on that. So, man, it was a pleasure talking to you, man.
Absolutely.
This was a very, very good conversation. I appreciate you coming
Thanks for having me.
Man, yes, this was very good. So
I feel 5 years smarter now.
That is a wrap.
That's a wrap.
You've been recruited.
We living life like the playoffs. We work hard.